Good day, friends. Welcome to Konaksho Corporate Insight. Through this show, we discuss about the various events and result analysis of growing company. Today, we are discussing about Q4 and FY21 results of Mitsui Chemplast Limited. To discuss the result, we have with us Mr. Manish Deria, Joint Managing Director and CFO of Mitsui Chemplast Limited, and Mr. Ankit Ajmera, Executive Director, HCON Global Services Limited. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Manishji, good afternoon to you. And a hearty congratulations on your lovely numbers that you have given in Q4 and also the year. It has been a fabulous journey for you last year, although COVID had taken a big toll on the world. But by God's grace, things have been good with your company and things have been quite decent enough at the time of the closure. I would just like to, like you to give a small overall performance update of your company in your own words, please.
Yeah, good afternoon and thank you very much. So, I will start with sharing the performance highlights of Q4 21 first. So, like PAT almost doubled to rupees 2.23 crore over the corresponding period last year. Total income for Q4 FY21 was rupees 52.23 crore. This is an increase of 43% on year-on-year basis. EBITDA was rupees 6.18 crore, an increase of 40% year-on-year basis. And EPS for Q4 FY21 at rupees 1.82, a 94% increase on year-on-year. So now I'll share the performance of our company for full year basis. So total income increased by 29% to 178.33 crore. The EBITDA for the full year FY21 was at rupees 24.20 crore, a substantial increase of 50% given the difficult condition that the industry had faced. Over the previous year figure of rupees 16.18 crore, EBITDA margin improved substantially from 11.68% to 13.57% in the same period. The PAT improved to rupees 9.71 crore compared to rupees 3.97 crore in the corresponding period last year. So this improvement was primarily driven by the strong performance of the packaging business and the other business as well. So this was the some of the points.
Great. So as I said, you had a fabulous year and very good growth. In fact, I would say that to register a growth of almost 30% on your revenues and almost around 50% on EBITDA is something very good, and that's something that the investors cheer about. So your EPS has also gone up drastically, which will eventually help the investors, re-rate your company. Coming to some minor questions and minor things that I would like to ask you is, to begin with, could you just give us a breakup of your product portfolio?
Okay, so we are into 4 product portfolio. So we supply, we into container, auto parts, furniture parts, and others miscellaneous items. So like container gives us 85%, which goes in a packaging of oil, chemical, pharmaceutical, and other industries. Whereas hospital furniture parts is in 11%, and others, auto parts and others, is around 4%.
So, sir, in this, the EBITDA margin, if we see, is this similar for most of these? I mean, mainly we can talk about container packaging, container-oblique packaging, or hospital furniture. The EBITDA margin is more or less the same in both these segments?
No, so definitely. So, like auto parts, furniture parts, and other parts have a little more EBITDA margin. especially hospital furniture also has a good EBITDA margin there. So with the compare with containers, is always furniture part is higher.
So are there any scope of increasing your top line on your share in the hospital furniture?
Yes.
In the
So
future?
yes, compared to last year, our furniture parts was 8%, which we grew by around 11% this 2021 year, and further going, we are targeting around 14% this year.
Okay.
So although we have increased our capacity in containers, still this will be, we will keep more target.
Good. So overall, you are saying that the share which has got a maximum better percentage of EBITDA will be definitely you will be concentrating on, and of course, container packaging being the main business that will continue to drive the top line as well as the EBITDA for the company. So which is a good thing. And as far as the capex goes, I think you have already involved and done some capex in the last year. So I don't think there will be too much of a capex that may be required to for the generating or increasing the revenue out of hospital furniture. Am I right?
No, it will not require much now. So I think we are ready with most of the infrastructure.
Great. So you just have to, get orders, execute them, and see to it that your company gives one more good set of numbers in the next year. Great, sir.
Yeah.
Coming to my next question, there was what do you feel and what, according to you, are the future projections or guidance of that kind of guidance that you would give for the company? As I understand rightly, the container packaging and the hospital furniture, this is something which is required in every company. And as you rightly mentioned, that you have customers ranging from chemical to oil, which are the things which are definite, and pharma, which are going to be there come what may. There is a lot of growth that we have been seeing in all these sectors over the past few years. And I'm 100% sure as an analyst that there is going to be continuous growth in these particular sectors going forward as well. So can you give us certain kind of the guidance for Mitsukem as well?
Okay, so I think for Mitsu, yes, see, we are into different industry. We are supplying to different industry like chemical, pharmaceutical, lube oil, edible oil, pesticides, agrochemical, fragrance, and food industry. So these are a different industry, and we have a substantial growth in those. We can see substantial growth in those business as well, and we are having a very good client from all across the sector. And nearly we have increased around 50 customers in last 5 months. We have increased around 50 customers, new customers, which are out of that around 20 customers are Fortune 500 as well. So we are looking at a bigger growth here. In Mitsu, we are looking at bigger growth.
Great. When you talk about customers, about the concentration of customers, can you tell me how much would the top 10 customers contribute to your top line approximately?
So around 10% of our customers are contributing right now around 70%.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe we are. I can say we are running the same 80-20 rule. So my 20% customers are giving a business of 80%.
Okay. So there are you because I can understand that you've added around 50 new customers there in the last 6 months. So I'm sure you would be cognizant. You would be taking cognizance that that 80-20 should be reduced to a bit, so that in future any one mishap with anybody will not affect the revenue of your company.
Yes.
Great. So that's one good thing. In fact, these are the things which investor like us or analyst like us look at. And I'm very happy to know that you as a promoter have been taking care of the business, not only for running the business, but every aspect of the business, which is very much commendable. One more thing that I would like to assume, or as you mentioned, do we see that in the year 22, your top line would be somewhere around 250 to 260 crore? Can we assume that, considering a good, decent CAGR of around 30-35%?
Yes, yes, definitely. See, we have some target of around, being this year was a 29% growth. We understand that, first quarter was almost washed away. So we can expect around 40% growth for our company.
Okay, that is good. And what is the, do you have any order book as of now? I mean, you've got orders which you need to, do you maintain some kind of an order book kind of a thing for the next 1 year or 6 months or 3 months that you would be having?
So in our business, this order booking is generally does not happen because our raw material prices are changing weekly or maybe fortnightly. So this is always a problem. So we in our complete industry, people not having orders more than 1 month.
Okay, so that gets me to the other next question that I was going to ask you. That I think the raw material prices have been coming down as far as plastic is concerned. So where do you see the margins improving? Do you think this will remain the same and your margins will improve, or do you think it is volatile and probably it may again come back or increase? The cost may increase eventually.
No, I hope so. This year's will not be such a volatile market like what happened the last year. But yeah, definitely. So if this raw material price is stable or the lesser volatility, so definitely the price, the margins will increase, or margins will be remain the good condition.
So in any case, if at all the raw material prices go up or down, whichever ways there is a movement in the raw material prices, are you in a position to what do you do normally? You pass it on to your customers, any price rise in the raw material, or do you have to absorb it?
Yes, so we pass it on to after some percentage of increment in raw material or decrease of raw material. So we definitely pass on to the customers. Now sometimes what happened, which has happened last Q3 and November, December and January, the prices have increased very frequently. Like every week there was a huge price increase, which we could not immediately pass on the prices. So it took some time to pass on the prices. So sometimes it happens.
Okay, but otherwise your customers are open to certain amount of beyond a particular percentage. They are open to take the price including of the rise in cost.
Yeah, because I think when the prices are goes up, we have to increase the prices. When prices are goes down, we have to pass on the prices. So it's both the way.
So it's fair enough. I mean, your margins may not be impacted in a positive manner, but at least there is no negative surprise also for you, which is a very good thing for the company. Lovely. So, Mr. Manish Dedia, it was nice talking to you and knowing about your company. To conclude, I can only say that Mitsui Chemplast Limited is a very, very good company, doing well, consistently having a decent growth. And I am sure under your guidance, your able guidance, and the confidence which I could see on your face when you were answering my questions, I am 100% sure that you will be able to achieve not only what you said, but much more than that for the company, which will in turn reward the shareholders as well. So all the very best to you. And hopefully we'll take this up next in the next half-yearly, next quarterly results are declared. Thank you once again. Thank you, Connexio, for giving us this opportunity to discuss about Mitsui Chemplast with Mr. Manish Dedia. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.